like it's been a long time since we did a live stream because we didn't do no prediction show or nothing this week. C-Dubb, Bobby,
Real.
Haize, we all in the building today. We're going to keep it brief and short. We wanted to interact with you guys this Sunday, so we're going to be talking about kind of our takeaways and how the Chicago Bears have developed so far this season. But first, we got to play that intro, though.
Now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
All right, fam. So we have 4 games left on the season due to Bears, man. There's been a lot of conversation if the Bears should even be trying to win. Should they tank? Should they try to lose out? The last thing that I read was that if the Bears lose the rest of the remaining games on their schedule, the lowest they can possibly go is the 3rd seed. If they win out the rest of the games on the schedule, the lowest they can go, I think, is the 5th or 6th seed. So we're still locked in to have a top 5 pick either way. But I'm going to throw this to you guys first before we talk about the development. What do you want to see the Chicago Bears do for the rest of the season?
I want the Bears to go out there and compete. Don't look as far as going for wins and losses. Just go out there and development and getting better out there on the field in your craft. That's it. And if you happen to win throughout that bull, then go ahead. It's all for one. It's all good.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I'm
Bobby?
with y'all. I think I just want to see the Bears. I'm with C-Dubb. I want to see the Bears compete. You want to get Justin Fields more reps. I would say that last week when we seen him not run as much, you definitely seen another step forward and be like, damn, this guy got good pocket presence as well. And he can take some shots down the field and he can read through his progression. So you want to see him continuously do that. And then you just want to see these guys go ahead and develop young talent. Jack Sanborn, you want Braxton Jones to get more reps. You want to see what you got at Alex Leatherwood. You want to see what you got at Treston Ebner. You want to see how you can integrate all these different players for next year. Because right now they competing in a lot of the games. It's coming down to dumbass mistakes by special teams, muff punts or missed field goals or an interception here or something like that. That right there, for me, in my opinion, will be good experience moving forward to where these guys know, like, hey, it's a crucial moment in the game. I can't screw this up. And then hopefully those close games can result in some W's next year.
For sure. That's kind of where I am now. I don't want to see them necessarily try to lose every single game. Like, if you can win some between now and then, do it. The Bears do have the strongest strength of schedule remaining, so we'll see what that ends up happening. But I don't think necessarily they should be doing anything too crazy to try to win the games per se either. Like, if it's a close, tough game and Justin Fields has been sacked 3 times, listen, you got to play it safe with something like that. But we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, I think it's all going to work itself out. That stuff out of the control. When you really look at this draft, where the other teams that are around that area and what they could be selecting, the Bears are going to walk away with this with either Will Anderson or Jalen Carter. That's a win. That's the biggest thing for me, regardless of whatever it is. Now, for the fans that want to see the Bears try to, if they do get the number 2 overall pick and they trade down and get more picks, I can understand that, but I just think at the end of the day, it's this. You want to develop not only the players, but keep in mind, I think we forget sometimes Alan Williams, Luke Getsy, they're developing as offensive coordinators as well. It's their first year in that role also. Matt Eberflus, first year as a head coach. So there's a lot of stuff going on with this team. And at the end of the day, I just feel like the chips are going to fall where they may. The only time that I was worried about something when Justin Fields had the partially torn ligaments in the shoulder, and I was like, sit the man. But he proved me wrong last week in the way that he played. And that's just what it boils down to. Just play the games to play the games. Everything will work itself out.
Bro.
Yeah, I'm with that. Cause me, I'm with you. Like the 2 games I really want to see is how the Chicago Bears compete against 2 teams that are destined, or a lot of people are picking to go to the Super Bowl, the Bills and the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? How do you compete against those top tier teams? It might not result in a W, which is more likely as not, but you want to see, hey, do you guys have the mentality to be like, hey, we at least going to come in here, we're going to fight, win, lose, or draw?
Yeah. And in those games against those high-tier defenses or playoff teams, you want to see how Justin Fields, you know what I'm saying, pick apart. I don't want to see him more running. I want to see him picking them apart like with the passing game like he did last game.
That last game, seeing Justin Fields with time, he had the least amount of pressure that he's had in any game this season. Man. And seeing how he managed that, bro, for the people who are like, oh, Justin Fields is a running quarterback, I hope that shut them up and showed that with a formidable offensive line, Justin Fields ain't just a running quarterback. That man is just a dangerous-ass quarterback in general.
Definitely.
Period.
Absolutely.
Period.
He talking Shady McCoy. Shady McCoy.
You already know. Just horrible
motherfucker,
takes.
that no neck motherfucker, bro. But nonetheless, fam. All right, so development. That's what we're here to talk about today, just briefly. And then we'll break it down as we need to. But like, how do you feel about the way that the team has developed so far this season? We came in a lot of prove it deals. I would honestly say most of those. You know what? That's what we do. Let's talk about the prove it deals first. Out of the prove it contracts that the Bears gave out this offseason, do you feel anybody has proven it? Because I really don't think, looking at it for real, I don't think any of them did.
I'm a throw one out there, and I know it's been limited at time that he's been on the field is because of injury. Byron Pringle been pretty good in a prove it deal. I think he's been pretty good when he get thrown the ball. He catches the ball. He makes good blocks on the field on run plays. I think Pringle is played pretty well when he's there.
Yeah, I can't really point out, anybody with the prove it deals, to be honest with you. Lucas Patrick, it was a dud. Well, I give one slight, and that's Justin Jones. He been okay, but
yeah, he's been okay.
Nothing like, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, Nicholas Morrow here and there, okay, but nobody spectacular. If you ask me, the rookies and the undrafted rookies been performing better.
That's it. And that's what it was. So I just looked it up real quick while C-Dubb was talking. So Byron Pringle has 5 receptions on the season. He's only been targeted 7 times, which is bananas.
Right.
And he's averaged 11 yards per reception. It's not terrible, but like, my thing is only being targeted 7 times to me. And the reason why I would not label him as somebody who proved it on the prove it deal, because we can possibly get that type of production. We can give a 1-year contract to almost anybody to get that type of production, in my opinion.
Facts.
Absolutely. But he had limited snaps too in those games. And like he played every down on offense.
That's fair.
So I think he did a great job.
Okay. Hey, I'll give you that. Yeah, but it really hasn't been anything major from the prove it deals, but we'll see what the team ends up deciding to do with that. But let's get into the development piece. That's really what we're here to talk about. How do you guys feel the team has developed so far this season? The key players that we look for development coming into the season. I know Justin Fields is the biggest one. I think we're all positive on Justin Fields' development, but overall as a team, concepts, offensive coordinators, where's the most positive development been seen? And then where are some of the places and areas that you would have hoped to see more development from certain players? Go ahead.
I want to start with my defensive young backfield. And I think, but one of those players, Jaquan Brisker, has been solid throughout. And I want to just give a nod to Kyler Gordon. He had it so tough coming in this season. The first 5 games, bro, they picked on him every play, big play after big play he was giving up. By the mid part of the season up till when he got hurt, that kid was out there playing. And you seen a different player making tackles in the backfield. I give a nod to Kyler Gordon. So it was very key that we get those young kids used to gameplay because they're going to be keys in our future. I like Jaquan Brisker, Eddie Jackson in the future. And I don't know about Jalen Johnson, but I like Kyler Gordon as well. And maybe we can get 2-3 cornerbacks in the draft, i.e. free agency. Also, the running backs has been cool too. I like the season that Herbert had this season. And to compliment David Montgomery, and now I know it sounds crazy to compliment, but David Montgomery complimented Herbert's season this year, and then he did a good job this year. Our offensive line, we don't need to talk about that. It's just trash, and my goodness.
But I will say this: while it's not been perfect, I like the development that Braxton Jones and Tevin Jenkins have done.
Absolutely,
it's not been perfect. And I still say that if you can find upgrades to that position, you kind of not really Tevin Jenkins. I want to see Tevin Jenkins again in the starting line. I think with better alignment in front of him, he's going to do good, especially when you look at Alex Leatherwood and what he was able to do in his 10 snaps. Braxton Jones, though, as a rookie who came in very much like you said with Kyler Gordon, he was picked on early in the season, in preseason, and it went from him getting exposed to him looking formidable in some games. He still made rookie mistakes, but I do think that overall, I like the development. It hasn't been anything crazy, but I do like the development he's done overall.
Bro.
I would go with the offensive line. So I would say that you got more answers than question marks as of now in the season because I believe you can go with the left tackle with Braxton Jones. You can go with the left guard with Cody Whitehair. You need to secure a center, the right guard, Tevin Jenkins, and you need to secure a right tackle. So you got 3 answers and 2 question marks. It ain't the best, but I believe if you get his group some time, they can develop well.
You sure with Cody Whitehair though?
I mean, he played more solid, but they kept doing this rotational shit with him and Lucas Patrick, and he putting here, he moving here. You got to be more solid. I mean, if you can't upgrade at that position, okay, cool, like Haize said. But at the end of the day, I believe it's more of an answer than a question mark. Not too far off, but,
I feel you.
Okay. All right. Wide receiver core. How do you guys feel about that?
Ooh, you know what? I got high hopes for this wide receiving core, and that includes all the big guys. I like this giant movement we got going on right here. I like EQ. I like Harry. I like what's the other kid name? Claypool. Now, if we can just get some cohesiveness in this 4 games coming up, let's get the passing game right with these big ass receivers. I like this, and maybe we can draft a receiver in the draft coming up. One of these big time receivers, like in the 2nd, 3rd round, talking about to have us like a first option or something like that.
For sure. I think the shortcoming or the shortfall, whatever the word is, I think, man, it was hard to look at Vegas Jones, bro. We looked at him, and we was like, damn, this guy could potentially, he's saying all the right things. He looking explosive. He's saying he's 25 years old, but it don't matter because I'm going to run past you and all that shit. And to me, out of the receiver core, he was the biggest disappointment, man. Because Haize said it, I backed you up. We both wanted him to be number 2. That boy fell out of the lineup, getting healthy scratches, muffin punts, everything. We thought he can be explosive. He still has time to recover. You know what I'm saying? He's still, still a rookie or whatever. He still got 4 weeks to make up. But I would say he was the biggest disappointment. But other than that, I would have loved to see the Bears use N'Keal Harry more just to see what he can bring, bro. He's in former number one first round pick. And then, you know what I'm saying? In the times that you've seen him, he ain't did nothing but make plays. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand why they was healthy scratching him. I don't, if it says it's something in between the ears or what. But I would have definitely loved to see him. But moving forward, like you said, C-Dubb, the cohesion would definitely matter. So,
yeah, for sure. And Chase Claypool in this, do you think that we got something that we can build on in Chase Claypool? Has there not been enough sample size? There's been some Bears fans that are kind of like, why did we trade for him if we're not going to use him as much? But I've always thought personally, my mindset is that coming into this, or the fact that he came in midseason, he was never going to be fully integrated in the offense. Now he's thrust into being the one when that wasn't necessarily meant to be what we traded him for. I think we need to let the offseason develop. And personally, I don't think that I can really judge that trade or what Chase Claypool is going to be for us until we see an offseason of the Bears really planning for him to be one of their weapons. What do you guys think?
Hey, me personally, and I said this when we first got him, I think when he walked in that locker room, he was going to be the best specimen wide receiver we have on the team, or the best measurable wide receiver we had on the team. And that's not to disrespect Darnell Mooney, but I think that he had better speed. I think he can go get the ball. He was stronger. I just thought he was a better receiver. I do think these 4 games we're going to see a lot of Claypool, and I agree with you, Haize. Next year be when you'll really see what Claypool brings to this team.
Yeah, and I would say this for anybody that's questioning the trade: would you rather us keep Roquan and let him walk for nothing? Like, it don't make sense. So they took a piece, they flipped it for a piece that could potentially help your offense. You know what I'm saying? He was over there with the Steelers in a loaded wide receiver room. They didn't need him no more. We needed him. He adds power or star power or whatever to your wide receiver room for potentially getting better. And like Haize said, C-Dubb echoed it as well. Bro, he came in the middle of the season. In the middle of the season, you can't expect him to hit the ground running. And Luke Getsy has shown, no matter when you come in, he gonna bring you along slowly. He ain't gonna just, now he's being thrust into that, number 1. But before that, if Darnell Mooney was still here, you can still expect him, to bring them on slowly and increase over time. So
For sure. All right. Anything left? What else you guys got as far as development? What else is on your mind with how the Bears have progressed this season? We haven't talked a lot about the defensive end. So what do you guys think there?
The defense, oh man, we got to use these 4 games, bro, to like get right in every phase of defense, bro. If we did have we had a good game against the Green Bay Packers, but we still can get a hell of a lot better, bro, because we've been awful since like game 6 or something like that, where we thought we was pretty good on defense. Boy, were we the fuck wrong. Sorry.
Hey, I say this. I believe that the defensive line was a disappointment, especially with, we wanted Dominique Robinson to get some old tick and get some old shine, and Travis Gibson, they let us down. But I think that some bright spots will be, first and foremost, you got the undrafted guy, Jack Sanborn. You gotta give him an opportunity.
That's it.
You gotta give him an opportunity to fight for, a starting spot next year. And I believe you can. You cannot coach instincts. This guy's always around the ball. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's still leading the NFL in tackles since he's been inserted in the starter lineup.
My goodness.
Like, that's crazy. And then, you know what I'm saying? Brisker. I believe Brisker and Eddie Jackson going to be good moving forward. And then Kyler Gordon. And then, we're going to be solid. So it's a few bright spots, but they have let us down in some, over the last few weeks.
Is you serious?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, he's leading the league in tackles since he became a starter.
That's
leading the league
nuts, bro. That's crazy as hell.
Undrafted rookie in Jack freaking Sam. Like, if nothing else, we got 2, really 3. I would say
3.
Eddie Jackson has now proved himself back to being a playmaker. But then you add in Jaquan Brisker, you add in Jack Sanborn. Those are big time playmakers on the defensive end of the ball. You throw in how Kyler Gordon has looked at times as well. I'm higher on Jalen Jones, and it sounds like you guys are. I'm super high on Jalen Jones, bro.
Is that the cornerback?
Yeah,
it's the under rookie,
bro.
Damn,
I'm super bro. We may have walked away from this, even if Jalen Jones doesn't eventually be a starting level cornerback. But think about it: between Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, and Jalen Jones, we may have our whole secondary may be set. The Bears could go into next offseason focusing on that linebacker core, the defensive line, specifically the interior defensive line, and then we can. I said that I thought it was going to be this by the end of the season. It did not come to fruition, and that it just is what it is. I was wrong. But keep in mind, when everybody was healthy, we had the 9th best passing defense in the NFL.
Yeah,
you make improvements to the linebacking core and the defensive line. You're looking at a team that could be top 5 in overall defense next season if they make the right moves and improve that defensive front 7 enough, bro. Like, I'm looking so forward to what this team looks like defensively. I think Ryan Poles is going to go out and get the right players. We already know that we are in position to draft a hell of a defensive lineman, either Will Anderson and Jalen Carter, both who are solid in both the passing and the rushing defense. I really am high. We are going to be back to the monsters of the midway on the defensive end, I trust, next season. And then you add in that probably the most dynamic offense that the Bears have ever had next season. This is going to be fun next season.
Crazy.
Fun season.
And you look at the records, you see Tennessee up there. Not Tennessee, Minnesota up there 10-2. They feeling good about themselves. Think they finna do something in the playoffs. They not. Then they got to deal with us next year. Come and take the whole damn division from them right between what? This is gonna be exciting next year, bro.
It's going down, man. But hey, we just we just happy about that. About what we seen so far. You can't really be mad, to be honest. Like, you wanted to see more out of certain things, but you gotta be excited about it. The Bears finally found the fucking quarterback that they needed, bro.
Jalen Johnson.
Quarterback.
Y'all sure about Jalen Johnson though?
I think Jalen Johnson can bounce back, bro. Everybody have him down year, bro.
But bounce back for what?
Year. Bro, last year he had an outstanding year.
Also, you just calling this year a wash right here for Jalen Johnson?
It's bad. I'm not washing shit. If it's bad, it's bad. I'm just saying, you gotta at least get a guy, a moment.
But do you draft or look in free agency for some? You know what I'm saying?
Don't need to draft, bro. If you drafting, you need to be drafting for that D line, the offensive line, and then some linebacker help. That's where I will be going, and maybe another wide receiver too. Because if it seemed like the Chicago Bears, they don't trust N'Keal Harry as of right now. They don't trust Byron Pringle right now. The only 4 guys they trust is Mooney, EQ, Clay, and Claypool. That's it. Did I say 4? That's 3.
That's 3.
That's it. And White Rhino.
Rhino. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
You gotta give
that boy White Rhino, boy. Hey, White Rhino going to go to a Pro Bowl soon, bro. He going to a Pro Bowl soon,
bro. Oh, for sure. Next season with a fully healthy and a better offensive line. Look, honestly, Justin Fields, Cole Kmet, they're both going to Pro Bowls next season. Justin Fields may be in a Pro Bowl this season, with his play and the amount of records he broke. But the future is bright for the Chicago Bears, and that's really just what it boils down to. For the first time in a long time, the future is super bright on both sides of the ball for the Chicago Bears, and that's the thing. We've had great defenses, amazing defenses. Hell, we got to the Super Bowl off defense and Rex Grossman being our quarterback. So now with what that Ryan Poles and the assets he's going to have to be able to add weapons to this team on both sides, I'm saying, man, next season is going to be fun season.
Oh yeah, get ready, baby.
Be on the lookout.
I wanted to say, hey man, we cannot forget about special teams though next season, bro.
Facts.
Come on, being Chicago fans, y'all know about special teams, what it did to us in the playoffs. We gotta see who gonna return kicks.
Your boy Carl Sanchez is gonna be Sanchez, whatever his name, Santos. Next season.
Is that?
He was automatic last year though. That's the crazy part.
Hey, I know, right?
The man lost.
Just how different it's been. Like extra point, like the things that are supposed to be gimmies, you've been messing up on, bro.
Facts.
He lost us like 3-4 games, to tell you the truth,
For
bro.
sure.
For somebody who don't run no drills, who don't practice, who don't do no 40 times. He don't run no drills. Don't you lie.
Stop it, bro.
What drills that man run?
Stop it, bro.
What drills?
Karaoke,
bro.
He out there doing karaoke, losing up his head.
That's funny. That is funny. Can we get Cordell Patterson back as well? Is there a way that we could do that, man?
Bro.
Imagine having Cordell Patterson with Justin Fields, like in just what we that'd be
nice. Hey, look at this one though. Bring back Tariq Cohen. Is he ready to come back?
No.
He blew his Achilles. It might be over.
No, he ain't coming back no time soon.
No time soon. Okay.
No time soon. That Achilles tear is a difficult injury to come back from, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But anything left before we go, fellas?
No, man, I just miss my Bears game. Even though we 3 and whatever we is, I still miss them today, bro.
Facts. Football Sunday ain't the same without Chicago Bears football, for real.
Definitely. We'll have Bears football back next Sunday. We'll be back for our C-Dubb with the live call, us with the post game all together. Be on the lookout for it. Bobby, give them the socials, brother.
Hey, if y'all want more from me and C-Dubb, hit us up at Shy Bulls Podcast. C-Dubb be yelling in the mic, going crazy, losing his hair that he ain't got, drinking. Y'all know what we do.
Bro, C-Dubb might be struggling. That mother be like, hey, man, can you turn me down if you going to be yelling at me like this, bro? I'm struggling.
It be lit. And, of course, if y'all want more, and make sure y'all get my boy Haize to that 10K. Stop playing.
Oh, yeah.
Follow that man at CEO Haize on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on Chicago Bulls Central. It's busting. 10K on the way.
And you can follow us collectively at Shy Bear Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text and our voicemail, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related. For C-Dubb, Bobby, I'm Haize. We out this mug.